Right, our next topic is another idiot in Hollywood.
That's only one way to put it at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, look, after hearing this, I am really miffed with Will Smith. This story is about Will Smith. The Academy basically said that, because everyone's wondering why he was allowed to stay in the Oscar ceremony after he slapped Chris Rock. Now, the Academy is actually coming out and said that they actually asked him to leave. But they're now saying that Will Packer, who's the producer of the Oscars, asked him to stay. So we don't know which one to believe, or maybe they both did it, and who knows. But you're going to read an article.
We're going to get into it and find out exactly what the nitty-gritty of this is. So, the Academy starts disciplinary... It's come to us with, I do apologise, Variety. As always, a very reputable source, Variety.
Yes.
So, the Academy starts disciplinary proceedings against Will Smith. Expulsion is apparently on the table. So, days after Will Smith slapped, or clapped as we've been saying, Chris Rock during the 94th Oscar telecast on Sunday, the Board of Governors held an emergency meeting to discuss the consequences for the Best Actor winner. He now faces suspension, expulsion, or other sanctions permitted. The statement from the Academy is highly damning, citing the standards of conduct and Smith's violations of inappropriate physical contact, abusive or threatening behaviour, and compromising the integrity of the Academy. Sorry, I'm not going to laugh. Smith, who won the Oscar for the Best Actor for King Richard not long after the slap, has been given 15 days notice of a vote regarding his violations and sanctions, and has the opportunity to provide a written response. The next board meeting is scheduled for April the 18th, when the Academy may take disciplinary action. One notable new bit of information is the Academy stating they asked Will Smith to leave the Dolby Theatre, but Smith refused to do so. One of the biggest bits of scrutiny regarding the handling of the moment was Smith not being removed from the auditorium. The Academy has offered clarification, saying Smith was asked to leave but refused. We also recognise we could have handled the situation differently, the Academy statement read. Yeah, you damn well could. The organisation also offered a formal apology to Rock, the other nominees who attend the ceremony, and the viewers at home and in person who witnessed the event. The letter states, Mr. Rock, we apologise to you for what you experienced on our stage and thank you for your resilience in that moment and extreme bloody professionalism, I might add. We also apologise to our nominees, guests and viewers for what transpired during what should have been a celebratory event. The Academy released a statement below. The Board of Governors today initiated disciplinary proceedings against Mr. Smith for violations of the Academy's standards of conduct, including inappropriate physical behaviour, abusive or threatening behaviour, and compromising the integrity of the Academy. Consistent with the Academy's standards of conduct as well as California law, Mr. Smith is being provided at least 15 days notice of a vote regarding his violations and sanctions, and the opportunity to be heard beforehand by means of a written response. Heard for what? At the next board meeting on April the 18th, the Academy may take into disciplinary action, which may include suspension, expulsion, or any other sanctions permitted by the bylaws and standards of conduct. Mr. Smith's actions at the 94th Oscars were a deeply shocking, traumatic event to witness in person and on television. Mr. Rock, we apologise to you for what you experienced on the stage and thank you for your resilience in the moment. We again apologise to our nominees, guests and viewers for what transpired during what should have been a celebratory event. Things unfolded in a way we could not have anticipated, yet we had the camera on him at that damn time. While we would like to clarify that Mr. Smith was asked to leave the ceremony and refused, we also recognise we could have handled the situation differently. Monday evening, a letter from Academy President David Rubin and Academy CEO Dawn Hudson went out to the entire membership. The leadership shared their outrage regarding Smith's actions and how it overshadowed the evening where films such as Coda and June walked away with the most awards. Likely to go down as one of the craziest moments in the 94th history of the Academy, it's not the only crazy moment during a telecast. And there's a few others I talk about as well, including Marlon Brando, which...
Yeah,
but that's pretty much the gist of it.
Yeah. So obviously it didn't mention... I mean, there's another article that talks about Will Packer,
right?
The producer. But I find it very telling that that wasn't mentioned in that article. And what they said was, it wasn't that he was asked to stay by Will Packer, he refused. So that's two different things now. Yeah. So it's he refused, and then is it Will Smith saying that Will Packer told him to stay? I think that's the case, because I've watched a little bit of John Campea when he spoke about this as well. Okay. So it's who do you believe? Will Smith saying that Will Packer told him to stay, or the Academy. They both don't come up smelling of roses, to be honest with you.
You both smell poo. Okay. Call a spade a spade.
Yeah, but in this case, I'd be more inclined to believe the Academy. Not saying that they are saying the truth, but I'm just saying I'll be more inclined to believe the Academy because Will Smith has no credibility right now.
Nah. No
credibility right now. And I can imagine that someone did probably tell him to go, like, I think it's best you leave. But more like that, not that you have to leave. And you're like, no. Yeah, probably, look.
It was best you leave, yeah.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? They probably worded it like that.
Yeah,
you know.
more than likely. So as we said the other day, we're not even going back to our chair. If that happens,
right,
we're leaving on our own accord.
Gone. I'm taking my wife and I'm gone. I'm because I know me, I know this guy, and I know Leon. We're all alpha males. Like, okay, we're nice guys, don't get me wrong, but if you push our buttons and we're at that point where we're willing to get on stage and hit someone, then we're not just going to be cool all of a sudden. Like, we're going to be pretty heated for the rest of the night. So it's best that we just leave before something else kicks off, innit? So that's why, I don't know, man. If this is true and that Will Smith refused to leave, I'm sorry, and you might want to hold your hairs, kids. You know, you should be in bed anyway. You're a piece of shit. There's no other way to put it, because you've gone out there, you've laughed at the joke, and I don't care what people say about, people laughing and uncomfortable. You're a 50-year-old man. Yeah. Like, you know, come on. You know what you're doing. Yeah? You only reacted when you saw Jada. You went up there and slapped the most unassuming, probably, Jada could have slapped the piss out of Chris Rock. Yeah. That, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, let's be honest. You tried to act macho with the least macho guy probably there, right? And then you went on there to win your Oscar and you gave a stupid speech where you apologized to the Academy and you apologized to your fellow nominees. But you didn't apologize to Chris Rock then and there. You didn't apologize to the three hosts who actually said that Chris Rock apologized to them, despite the fact that he didn't have to apologize. And they actually told him that, right? But he was like, look, the whole night was about you guys, and now it's about us all of a sudden, right? So that just shows how magnanimous Chris Rock is. But anyway, so you didn't apologize to him then, and it's only when you've reflected how bad you look the day after you've given some crappy apology, which, by the way, Chris Rock's brother has rejected.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, he's been on Entertainment Weekly and he says that apology means nothing to him, basically, and that it is pretty. Basically, in a gist, he says it's on when he sees Will Smith. Do you know what I mean? Which, listen, this is your brother. My brother would do the same. He would do the same for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. That well. Yeah, you just don't, after all of that, and then we find out that if it's true that you refuse to leave, you're a piece of shit. I mean, you really are a piece of shit anyway for what you did. But if that turns out to be true, you're even more of a piece of shit. So you better hope that Will Packer did ask you to stay. Damien, what do you think of this, bro?
You know what? Just as a preamble, Mr. Smith, what was it? You know what? I had to teach the Fresh Prince today as well, the rap song.
Oh, is it?
In a music class.
You know, I used to know that.
You know the first thing the kids brought up today?
Was the slap.
And this is year 5 children who don't know the Fresh Prince cartoon.
So year 5, they're less than 10?
9 and 10 years old.
Wow.
9 and 10 years old. And the first thing I mentioned Smith was starting it. So, isn't that the man that slapped the person at that award show at the weekend? Because it's all over the paper right now, because that's our focal point. As sad we are as a society, and we're the entertainment news right now for you guys, so we're entertainment, we're talking it, but this is what our society's come to. This is our main. There are much bigger things happening than this. People are being murdered every single damn day, up and down the country, all around the world. And our focal point now is drawn to a multi-millionaire who has the world on his lap, because he decides to take it upon himself to walk on a stage in front of the world's audience and forget where he is and slap someone across the face and then walk back in your obscenities. and now from what we're being told, for all intents and purposes, refuses to leave. Now, I am hoping it was a case of Pac went up to him and went, you know what, don't worry about it, you stay. And he came into him, we think you might, it's best if you leave. But from my stance, the academy, when they're saying, oh, we could act differently, yeah, he should have been told to leave. He should have been told to leave.
He should have been escorted out of the building by security.
He shouldn't have been allowed to go back to his chair. He had enough of a Billy strut, what McGregor does, all the way back to his damn chair before he sat there and started yelling obscenities, like he was a kingpin don. No, the moment you touch Chris Rock, security should have been on stage. He should have been removed from the building. But this goes back to what I said before to you guys. The audience were laughing when Chris Rock got hit.
And it's funny, So, and that's why I love Jim Carrey, because he calls out, he doesn't care, right? And he said he's disgusted. He actually, if I would have made a story out of it, but we could add it into this one. But he actually came out and said he's disgusted with the Hollywood crowd that stood up and applauded and gave a standing ovation and laughed when he got hit. He said he was absolutely disgusted. And that's what I love about Jim Carrey. He calls it how it is. Do you know what I mean? I've always had admiration for Jim Carrey. Because he always, like, I had admiration for him because he acknowledged that the weigh-ins helped him get to where he is now. And he never forgot that. And I love that about him. And he calls it the way he sees it now. Do you know what I mean? And it's true. They're all disgusting. They're all disgusting.
Like, and it's sad because like people that we look up, like not look up to, but people we think are good actors and the rest of it, and have worked hard. Like Jason Momoa was there clapping away, and I'm like, imagine Will slapping you on stage. You fine with that?
You know, he wouldn't have had it.
Well, we would hope so.
You know?
if his film was anything to speak about his masculinity, but like. For me, Will Smith should have been removed at that point. And yes, the Academy could have done a hell of a lot better job. So the Academy are just as much to blame at this point about how much this has been mediated. Because for me, if he'd have been removed the moment he slapped Chris Rock, I don't think we'd be talking about it. But I think the way that he struck it back and then swore across and shouted that blew the whole thing up.
That made it even
worse.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, he could have just sworn from his chair first and not slapped him. Again, we would have the same conversation.
Right. So someone actually said if he'd have done that, but not the slap, we would have been talking about it, but it wouldn't be such a big deal.
No, that would have been like, okay, oh, and this happened at the Oscars as well.
Yeah.
We all got upset.
Yeah.
But the whole show you made of it by walking up, and even the way he slaps him, it's like a proper like lean back gangster slap. Like the whole body's thrown into it to talk, and turns around, walks back to his chair, sits down. I don't care what you say about, his lip was quivering and stuff. What he did in that moment was calculated. Yes, he was emotional, but to get up and walk, that's a long walk to where Chris Rock was. It's not like just getting up and turning around and slapping a person. You got up and you walked a good 15, 20 paces in front of the world's audience, smacked him, turned around 15, 20 paces, confidently back to your chair, sat there, and then told him to shut the F up or keep my wife's name out your effing mouth.
I mean, Chris Rock is now doing well out of it because he's show sold out. But it's a little complex. I mean, let's be honest. If Chris Rock really wanted to, I don't think he will because he's obviously not pressing charges. But if he really wanted to, he could bankrupt the Academy and bankrupt Will Smith. Or maybe not bankrupt Will Smith, but put a big dent in his pockets. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he's going to do that. But this is the kind of thing that would, if it was done, because, at the end of the day, money talks and that's all they know. This is the kind of thing that will make them fix up. Because I bet you next Oscars, there's security all around that bit to the stage. I bet there's security all around that bit.
They're over-dramatised it. No, they're over-dramatised it. It'd be like when Dana White ends up bringing on security guards onto the weigh-ins, which is pointless because they ain't doing that in business. But,
oh, man.
So, in the short, Will, fix yourself down up. You need to, really take stock of what's happened. And I'm not buying the little apologies put out on Instagram. I'm sorry. It took you 2 or 3 days to come out and say that apology should have come out straight away. Like you go and dancing to you getting jiggy with it
with the Oscar.
I'm like, no.
Nah.
Because for those that know, I know everyone's looking through the dirt now to find something on Will Smith, but if you want to see a video to talk about double standards, See a video of Will Smith on the Arsenio Hall show back in the early 90s, where he has no issue at all talking candidly about how he's going to quote unquote apologize for his crash jokes on gay people by doing it in a gay voice and sending it up again. So you want to talk about double standards and contradicting your own behavior, you're just as bad.
And again, it was an innocuous joke. People keep bringing up, oh, but she had alopecia. Oh, so my mum has got alopecia. I've got alopecia. Like, this is, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he disses me all the time. Do I have to go and slap him?
No.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm
like,
glad you did.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, you're a 50-year-old man. This is what 3-year-olds do. If she had stage 4 cancer, I could understand. Still wouldn't condone it because you still need self-restraint as an adult. But I would at least, a lot of people would at least understand. And I wouldn't be giving you the shit that I'm giving you now. Nor would Damien.
No.
But it's alopecia. It's not a death sentence.
And she's been out there having a career for the last 4 years and being on, round tables and whatnot.
Putting
all your dirty laundry out there.
Exactly. So, and especially for all the people that are saying, oh yeah, this is how you defend black women. Is that the kind of woman that you want to hold up as a, as a figurehead?
On my mental. No.
Not at all.
Sorry.
Not at all.
No.
And you can say what you want, but that's the reality.
No.
That's the reality.
There are strong women, there are strong black women, there are strong white women, but there's not an idea where you think that showering your home life to everyone and putting it out there and then not expecting ridicule back and then go, oh, woe is me. No, woe is no one for right now. I'm sorry. No. You don't have an issue at all with embarrassing your husband on live television.
Every chance he gets.
And then
but it's funny because one of the basketball commentators in America, he's from Georgia, so he's a professional guy, but forget his name. But I'll show you later. But he was like, if Will Smith had done that to him, he said it'll be on then and there, and it'll be on every time I see him on site. And he said what he should be doing is slapping the guy that was sleeping with his missus.
Oh yeah,
August Alsina.
Yeah, let's look at the 18 or 19-year-old, whatever the hell he was, like the same age as your son that your missus was with.
Yeah.
And then she watched him crumble on TV, and then I almost feel like Chris Rock, unfortunately, is the brunt of what he's been holding in.
Yeah, that's what he's been holding. Remember, his daughter has gone on record in that Red Table Talk and said, I wish Tupac was alive because my mum would be happy. Which I don't understand, because when Tupac was, just as Tupac was killed, he wasn't even with Jada. He was with Kidada Jones, Quincy Jones's daughter. So all of this fascination and this and that about Tupac, he wasn't even with you. He'd been done what he wanted to do and left you alone and moved on to the next one. So I don't get it, man. But listen,
we're not here to speak on people's relationships, but there's, when certain roles point a certain way, someone needs to look in the mirror and find out what's really affecting their life.
Yeah, exactly. I don't need to be a psychologist to let you know where the wind blows.
No.
So, yeah.
That being said, Academy, you need to do better. We'll need to do a damn lot better.
Yes. And big up Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Big you up.
Big up Chris Rock. Big time.
One of my favourite comedians. So don't stop doing what you're doing.
Still got an annoying voice as hell, but I love you.
But guys, what do you think about this new story that we're hearing about Will Smith being asked to leave by the Academy but refusing? But then there's a contradictory story saying that Will Packer, the producer, asked him to stay. Which one do you believe? And what do you think about all this? Leave us some comments down below and let us know what you think.